Good morning, students. Hope that all of you are keeping well. So remember, you have to take all the precautions to keep away from the problem of infection. So I hope that first preparatory you might have attended it, okay, with all your carefulness. And the marks what you have entered in your, okay, what you have sent to that class subject teachers might have showed that your performance is also frankly. So hope that you are going through the second preparatory. Attend it carefully. No shortcuts. Don't copy from others. Okay, then only you will be able to know that what is your performance is. We are not going to complain about marks. We want you to know that what is your performance actually is. Okay, let's continue. Let's take up a new chapter in geography that's called Indian Natural Disasters. Indian natural disasters. Now you will come to know, have a confusion about what is natural disaster. You might have heard about it. So first of all, what is the meaning of a natural disaster? So for that, it is said that any naturally occurring incident, naturally occurring hazardous, which results in killing of many lives, including animals, and also destroys our property and crops, is called natural disaster in a large quantity. So that is called natural disasters. You have heard about it and you have seen also. So the question will be about, the first question will be about what is the meaning of natural disaster. So for that, you may take that question called what is natural disasters. Give some example. Take down the answer. The natural hazardous. The natural hazardous which occurs naturally or man-made, and results in killing of lives and animals, and also destruction of properties and crops. The natural hazardous which occurs naturally, mostly naturally or man-made, which results in killing of lives and animals and destroys our properties and crops. Example: cyclones, cyclones, earthquake, quakes, earthquakes, volcanoes, volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, tsunamis, landslides, 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 etc. Yes, this is what you call natural disasters. Usually, natural disasters are natural in nature. That means naturally it occurs. Mostly, okay, sometimes it may be man-made. Man-made activities also may result in such kind of natural hazardous concern. Naturally, also there are two types. Sometimes it is weather concerned and sometimes it is earth concerned. If you take it to weather concerned, okay, when because of some reason weather changes, so that also results in some kind of natural disasters like cyclones, drought, floods and epidemics. I hope you know that cyclone means what. Drought, I mean having very less rainfall. Flood, having more rainfall. And then epidemics, what we are going through now, that COVID-19, such kind of epidemics, also called natural weather concerned result it is. Sometimes it is earth concerned. For example, when earth, any difference that is experienced by the earth also results in some kind of natural disaster, that is called earth concerned is volcanoes, tsunamis, landslides and avalanches. Okay, I hope you know that volcanoes means what. Tsunami also you know that when earthquake takes place at the bottom of the ocean, which results in huge waves, is called tsunamis. Landslides, usually landslides refers to, okay, okay, you have seen that hills, mountains, okay, hillocks, example, mountain areas. Usually, because of heavy rainfall, it is possible that one side of the hill or mountain soil may collapse. Okay, that is called a landslide. Okay, that also may result in, it has happened last, I think, 2 years back in Kerala, landslide. Also in Coorg, okay, we have seen it, landslides. And then avalanches. So the avalanches refers to that usually takes place in the mountain regions where snowfall takes place. Avalanche means sudden collapse of snow. If you sudden collapse of landslide, I mean land at the side of mountain, is called landslide. If it takes place by snow, it is called avalanches. So these are the earth concerned natural disasters. Okay, what is natural disaster? What are the types of natural disasters? Okay, earth concerned natural disasters also is there, whereas weather concerned natural disasters also is there. We have just talked about. In India, what kind of natural disasters usually takes place, and what concern, that means what we have to concern about? Usually both earth concern and also weather concern natural disasters are there. Among them we will be discussing about some of the important, like cyclone. Then we will be discussing about floods having more rainfall, and landslide, coastal erosion, another one important. Okay, and then we will be talking about okay, tsunamis, and then earthquake, and these are the major. Okay, tsunamis, earthquake, landslides, like cyclones. Okay, are some of the important disasters that we are going to discuss about. First, let's take it up about the cyclone. Okay, you know that what is a cyclone? Usually cyclone means okay, circular motion or circular movement of wind. Okay, that takes place because of differences in atmospheric pressure. You know that we have studied in 8th standard. There are two types of cyclones. That's called cyclones and anticyclones. Usually cyclones means, okay, that the wind starts blowing, okay, circular motion to inside, okay, from outside. Usually outside there will be a more atmospheric pressure, and inside there will be less atmospheric pressure. Usually wind blows from high to low pressure. So when they blow very, okay, in a highest okay, velocity or speed, they usually create some kind of circular motion. Usually that kind of cyclonic moment, okay, it is said that a temperate cyclonic, cyclonic moment that we have, usually that takes place in India. Usually we have seen that cyclonic, where is the main important center of a cyclone occurring place means, that is usually Bay of Bengal. Okay, if you take India, the Bay of Bengal is the major, okay, area where usually we usually experience depression, it is called. What is depression? Depression means some hollowness in the middle. Hollowness, some hollowness is created. What is hollowness means? Empty place. Why it is empty place? Because of cyclonic effect. Okay, center there will be hollowness, outside there will be a pressure. So this okay, that is the reason why the wind starts blowing from high pressure to low pressure, creating such kind of cyclonic. This cyclonic okay, condition in Bay of Bengal troubles most of the, okay, states which is in the eastern coastal region. For example, West Bengal is there. Then some kind of Bihar may come across also. We have Odisha, and then Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. So these are the places usually get affected by this cyclone. Okay, causes for the cyclone they are asking about. So there is a question for that. What is cyclone? I hope they may ask or not ask, but they will be asking about what are the causes for cyclone. That causes they have given in that this one. The most ideal condition for the origin and development of tropical cyclone is high temperature, calm air, highly saturated air are the three important they have given. Okay, high temperature and then high pressure, yeah, okay, calm air, and also high saturation in the air, it seems. That means these conditions result in the development of low pressures in the center. Relative high pressure provides around the low pressure, so the wind blows. I told you we have studied about usually during the temperate during the okay, high pressure area, Okay, in the Bay of Bengal, high pressure is felt outside. Inside there will be low pressure. The wind starts blowing from high to low, giving a circular motion that creates some kind of disturbance in the weather that results in cyclones. Okay, it is such conditions are found in tropical zone, especially over the seas. Usually, it is happens over the seas, not on the land. Usually, when it takes place upon the sea, so you know that it creates, it may be possible that a heavy wind may blow and it may create higher waves in the oceans and seas, and also brings a storm like conditions which is difficult to handle. Okay, what are the effects of it? It seems tropical cyclones are very destructive to cause a loss of life and property, damage to the buildings, transports and communication system, disturb power supply, destroy crops, vegetations, animals. You have seen that, at least you have seen in the okay, TV or mobile somewhere. Cyclones usually destroy many things. Usually, I told you the most affected area is the okay, here in India. If it occurs in the Bay of Bengal, it is called Eastern Coastal Region, Eastern Coastal areas, which includes many states. Usually, it destroys everything, especially in the coastal region, resulting in killing of many lives and also properties. Okay, and then where this okay, cyclonic this is in, I have already talked about where this cyclone affects a lot, means in India most of the tropical cyclones develop in Bay of Bengal, hence the eastern coast is more prone, a cyclone prone area, we call it as eastern. Of course there will be Arabian Sea also, we experience what you call a cyclone, but it is not so destructive and so not frequent. But whereas in the Bay of Bengal, every year there will be a depression takes place, every year there will be a cyclonic effect, there will every year there is going to be some kind of destruction takes place. That's what we are more concerned about, Bay of Bengal cyclonic problem. I have already given you the states which are very important. This one, tropical cyclones occur only in India during the northeast monsoon season. October and November are known for severe cyclones. A few cyclones occur in the month of May and June. It is at the May, it's October, November, you know, retreat of monsoon takes place usually. So when the retreat of monsoon takes place, because of that, there will be some changes in the weather phenomenon, so that causes cyclones and also okay, brings some kind of destruction. What's supposed to be done? A cyclone is a natural phenomena. We cannot okay, control or avoid it. What should be done? We can take some preventive measures. So this is one more question, is called 2 marks question or maybe 3 marks question. It is called, what are the preventive? Prevent means how to okay, protect ourselves, our property from this cyclonic effect. Cyclones are natural phenomena. We cannot prevent them, but people can pay heed to the warning, heed attention to the warnings given by the government. They should keep in touch with the radio so that you can take it the point. First point. So question is, what are the preventive measures during the cyclones? What are the preventive measures during the cyclones? The first one, let us go in a brief. First point, let us go in a point also. Okay, keep touch with radio, television and other communicative lines. First one, keep touch with radio, television and other communicative lines. Second one, temporary shelters should be provided. Temporary shelters, that means when cyclone takes place, you may have a danger of living nearby the coast, so that's why you're supposed to be relocated, otherwise somewhere you have to be resheltered. Okay, that's what you call temporary shelters supposed to be prepared. Third one, cyclone proof structures should be constructed. Okay, cyclone proof, that means you have to construct your house in such a way that even it withholds or okay, avoids or can't be get destroyed by the cyclone. That's called cyclone proof structures. Otherwise cyclone proof house can be constructed. Next one, next point, mangrove forest and other deep rooted trees should be grown along the coast. Mangrove forest and other deep rooted trees can be grown along the coastlines. Okay, so these are the points. I hope I have given you 4 points. These are the points that you have to remember, and these are the methods how you can prevent yourself and also protect your property when cyclone occurs. So this is one. I think in this part we discussed about what is cyclone, and then how does the cyclone occur, and what is the very important cyclone facing, cyclone problem facing areas in India, and what method is supposed to be taken to protect ourselves from this cyclonic problem. Next, let's go for discussing about flood. You know about flood. Flood means usually, okay, when unexpected rainfall takes place, heavy rainfall takes place, which results in sudden rise in the what you call level of water, especially in the in the rivers, lakes, even in that multi-purpose projects. Okay, such causes some kind of inundation of water, which causes destruction of property, sometimes kills lives, and also especially it destroys our crops. That's what the flood is. Flood refers to the inundation of land by river water. It is recurring disaster in India. Recurring means it is taking place every year. Okay, one part of the country or the other has to face the flood is concerned. Okay, so you have to take a question called what is the flood. Sometimes inundation of land by river water is called flood. Inundation of land by river water is called. That means river water has a course. It is supposed to flow in a particular course, but when heavy rainfall takes place and the amount of water increases, the course may not be enough for the river to take. That's why usually the water of the river comes out away from its limit, and that it covers the land which supposed not to be covered by it. It is called inundation. That causes, usually we might have built houses on the bank of river. We might have taken some construction and also cultivation. Such cultivation and construction buildings will be destroyed when the water submerges the areas, especially which is supposed not to be done. That's called flood. Causes. What are the reason for this is also natural phenomena. Now flood is also natural phenomena. Okay, let us see try to know that floods are caused by both natural and man-made factors. The natural factors including heavy rainfall, melting of snow, tropical cyclones, cloud burst, blockage of free flow of river water, and silting river bed systems. Okay, I hope you know what are the reasons. It is natural factors. You know that heavy rainfall, melting of snow. Usually, sometimes and huge amount of snow which is melted also may increase the amount of water in the river. So that's also may be reason. Okay, otherwise tropical cyclones, they said unexpected rainfall may happen because of cyclones. Cloud burst descent. So recently we have seen that in North India, cloud burst has resulted many kind of disasters. They are killing peoples and all. What is this cloud burst? It is possible that suddenly a heavy rainfall, unexpected rainfall takes place in a particular area. That is called cloud burst. This is in Kannada, they call it megaspota. That means I don't expect that the cloud gets burst, but it is said that a particular cloud rains so heavily that unexpected rainfall takes place, causes a flood. Blockage of free flow of river. Sometimes when the river course is disturbed by human beings activity, we block it, we don't let the water to flow. So it also causes inundation of water. And then silt, whenever silt collects at the bottom of the river, also sometimes causes, but it is causes gradually but not suddenly. Okay, these are some of the reasons. Cloud burst, heavy rainfall, cyclone, snow melting, and also blockage in the course of a river. Okay, and then silt formation are some of the reasons why the inundation of water takes place, resulting in the flood. The man-made causes are deforestation, faulty irrigation, agricultural practices, unscientific agricultural practices, breaching of barrages, and rapid urbanization. Okay, man-made activities are also one of the reasons for the occurring of flood is concerned. Okay, we have seen that what is flood. Okay, and then what are the reasons for the flood? What are the what is the reason why this flood occurs? Let's go for discussing about effects of flood. You know that effect is usually we may lose our constructive areas, mostly our crops will be destroyed, our lives will be in danger. Of course, along with it, sometimes our transport system like roads, railway systems will be disturbed. Okay, they may be damaged also. Our telecommunication or communicative system may be destroyed. Okay, electricity supplies, especially electric lines will be destroyed. Many are there. Let's take up what are the effects of flood. Take the question. What are the effects of flood? What are the effects of flood? Okay, first one, causes loss of life and property. Causes loss of life and property. Otherwise, you can say loss of life and property also. But while writing, you give a complete sentence in the examination. Damages crops, vegetations. Damages crops and vegetation. Second point. Damages crops and vegetations. Third point. Breakdown of communication and power system. Breakdown of communication and power system. Okay. Dislocation of transport system. Dislocation of transport system. Next. Soil erosion, disruption of essential services. That means disturbance in providing essential services to areas where the area has experienced flood. That's called soil erosion and disruption of essential services. Some around 5 points are there. This question may be asked for 3 marks question. Be careful. Make it short. Then flood prone areas in India. Now again, flood prone areas usually the areas wherever we have rivers. Yes, this occurs usually in the northern India, whereas the landscape or land structure of India is somewhat different. So if you come to south peninsula plateau, usually we have some kind of raised platform. We are in a plateau. Usually, okay, rivers very rarely causes a flood. Okay, but causes flood. But whereas North India often experiences a flood. Let us see what are the areas. It is said that the Ganga and Brahmaputra river basins they cover a part of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and Assam. Whereas another river called Satluj river and the Beas, Ravi and Janab river, these are the tributaries of Sindhu or Indus river. They also cause especially Jammu Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh in danger, these states. In peninsular India, the deltic areas of rivers basins like Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Deltic area is usually we again come back to the eastern coastal states like Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, okay, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Bihar, West Bengal are the areas where we come across. They have deltas, so usually they too face the problem of this. Okay, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh they are given in the list. In the peninsula area. The lower part of Narmada and Tapi river basins in Gujarat. In peninsular India, floods are occasional. They are due to sudden rainfall. Usually, as I told you, even Narmada river also, Narmada and Tapi river also, I told you, Narmada and Tapi rivers also, some of the areas, usually Ganga and Brahmaputra areas, then the Indus Valley, that is Beas and Ravis in the area, and then we have here Narmada, we have here Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri are the rivers where they have a problem of this, okay. Here, these are the places, okay, and the states which come in these areas, you have a problem of flood often. Okay, flood control measures. What's supposed to be done to control flood, it seems? Now, we cannot control the flood, but what preventive method can be taken or what step can be taken so that we can avoid occurring of flood frequently? What will be done? Take down the question, flood controlling. What are the flood controlling measures? Or list the flood controlling measures. List the flood controlling measures. First one, afforestation in catchment area. Afforestation in the catchment area. Now, what is this catchment area means? Catchment area means usually there will be boundary for any cyclone to occur. Usually there will be boundary. If a river is flowing in a course, so we expect that the river, if the cyclone or flood takes place, the river water may come to certain area. That's what we call to a certain area. This area will be called as a catchment area. We call it usually. Such areas supposed to be kept in mind. Okay, that such areas we have to build, grow more and more trees which may avoid flood. Afforestation in the catchment areas of the rivers. Next, construction of dams across the rivers. Construction of dams across the rivers. That's enough. I think once you construct the dam across the rivers, the river water can be used for many purposes. You know that multi-purpose project. You can write that also. Next question. Next point. Construction of embankments for protection against inundation. Construction of embankments for protection against inundation. That means usually embankment refers to some kind of wall-like structure. You think that there is a course of river flowing beside your road, your living house. So usually you have to build some kind of a wall-like structure. Okay, check them. Sorry, a wall or bund-like structure, which does not allow the river water to, even when it is the heavy rainfall takes place and the volume of water increases in the river water should not be entering your in residing areas or people where they are living. Such areas, such wall has to be constructed along the course of the river. That is called embankment. Okay, protection against the inundation, it seems. Next, flood forecasting and warning supposed to be given. Okay, flood forecast, usually our weather specialist will be there. They will be often observing, is there any chance of heavy rainfall like that. No, the such warning supposed to be given to the people, especially living in such areas, flood prone areas like that. Flood forecasting and early warning supposed to be given. And then okay, that helps the people to protect themselves and also protect their livestock and also protect their properties. So these are the 4 points that you can take, keep in mind, especially in such area, in such time when we are expecting the flood to occur. So we have discussed about flood, what is flood and what are the causes for flood, and then what is the effect of flood, and then flood prone areas in India, and then what preventive methods can be taken to protect ourselves and also our property against this kind of damage. Next, let us go to discuss about landslide in our next class. So I hope that you still have a seriousness about that standard. I hope that your parents are cooperating with you. It's a request for both the parent and especially for you to keep in touch with, and don't expect that the exam going to be cancelled or something. We are not at all preparing ourselves for the purpose of examination. We are preparing for the purpose of knowledge till we have to live, we have to go on getting it. So that's the reason that read the textbook, whatever that we have taught in class, and also now we are going on. Okay, don't expect any shortcuts, I told you again. So take down the questions, and once the second paper is over, we will be having some other plan so that you may do well in the examination and also get knowledge. Okay, so keep yourself safe and also your family safe. Okay, till we meet in the next class. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.